Hello, it is your obedient Hancock, and today we're back with the names in the tin, and we're gonna play a game called Who Would Win in a Fight? So it might be uneven because I don't explain it. We'll see at the end. So pick two characters from 1776, obviously, and we decide who would win in a fight. Who has the best chances? So let's just do this a little bit. And first we have James Wilson and Samuel Chase. Well, Samuel Chase has a big advantage, literally. So Chase would win. Dickinson and Benjamin Franklin. Franklin's too old, but he has gout, so that's two negative advantages. Dickinson, we saw what he could do with a cane, so Dickinson would win. I'm not trying to age shame, but it's just he has gout, Franklin, so he would not win. Bartlett, Josiah Bartlett or Edward Rutledge. Rutledge would win because let me think about this. Rutledge would win. 100% Rutledge. He's taller, stockier. Thomas McCain, he has a musket. I was about to say mullet. He has a musket. And John Hancock. Oh, this one's interesting. Both are very strong men, but one physically and the other mentally. I think Hancock would win. He would scare McCain because Hancock is intimidating in the best way possible. I would sleep with him. Next is Thomas Jefferson and the Courier. The Courier, you would think, oh, he's in the army. No, he's just a messenger. He doesn't actually do any fighting. I don't think so. I might have misunderstood that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Jefferson is tall as fuck, and he probably could break you with his arms, so I'm gonna go with Jefferson. Lyman Hall and Lewis Morris. Lewis Morris is a weenie. Lyman Hall, he hates fighting, but he will do it if he has to, so Lyman Hall would win. George Reed and Roger Sherman. Okay, both are a little bit weak. I'm not gonna lie. Well, George Reed is a bitch. Roger Sherman is like the nicest guy ever. He has what's the fucking line about Mr. Adams? Help, I forgot. He's never controversial, as it were. So, but Roger Sherman would win because George Reed is a big wuss. Richard Henry Lee and John Witherspoon. Witherspoon's a reverend. He would hate fighting. He condones it. He does not condone it. And Richard Henry Lee is the nicest guy ever. But he has a horse and a horsewhip, so Richard Henry Lee would win. Between those two. Andrew McNair and Stephen Hopkins. Hopkins, when drunk, he could be like violent in a fun way, so he'd probably knock McNair out with his mug of rum. So Hopkins would win. Okay. Oh, it will be even. Never mind. There's 5 left, so it will be uneven. John Adams and Caesar Rodney. John Adams would absolutely beat the shit out of Rodney. But I feel like Adams would let Rodney win out of respect, so Rodney. Joseph Hughes and Charles Thompson. And Livingston. Okay, so whoever wins will face Livingston. We'll figure it out. Thompson or Hughes? Thompson embarrassed Hughes with his words because he says nay, yes, Mr. Hughes, I know. And Hughes was like, I'm not gonna fight, so Thompson would win. So Thompson and Robert Livingston. Thompson is a badass, not gonna lie. He might not seem it, but he is, so he will win. That was fun. No, back in here. I'm surprised I can't even think of more games. Shit, honestly. So yeah, that was that. Peace.